Greetings, Skill Incarnate bringing you all the latest indie gaming goodness. Welcome back as we check out another indie game. This time we're looking at The Devil Within Satgat. This game is developed by Newcore Games and is published by Astrolabe Games. Now for those of you who don't follow my Twitch channel, I covered the demo in a stream about 6 months ago, and I was impressed. Very impressed. This game has had massive changes and is even better and very highly recommended on Steam. Now, I am a bit of a fan of the Soulslike and Dark Souls genres. I've become a fan as I've covered several of them on this channel over the 12 months previous, and I wanted to see the changes in the game and how my skills stack up in this very challenging Souls-like 2D platformer. So, we're going to check out the first part of the campaign, and I'm going to let you know what my thoughts are. Let's check out The Devil Within Satgat.
벌써 1년이라는 시간이 흘렀습니다. 아무도 예상하지 못했을 테지요. 우리를 희망으로 인도하던 순백의 쐐기가 검게 뒤바뀌고 푸른 기름이 붉게 변해버린 그날, 그 찬란하고 위대한 제국이 이런 끔찍한 지옥이 되어버릴 줄 누가 알았겠습니까? 뒤틀린 균열로부터 흘러나온 붉은 기름이 이생에 살아 숨쉬는 생명체를 저승의 앞길을 보여드릴 줄 누가 알았겠습니까? 아래 없기 황순이나 황제폐야, 다시 한번 간곡히 청하옵니다. 부디 검은 세계를 포괄하여 모든 일의 근심을 없애버리소서. 폭군으로부터 쓰러져가던 이 나라를 구했던 그때와 같이 다시 한번 칼을 높이 쳐들어 지옥이 된 이 나라를 구원해 주소서.
The game begins with us controlling Kim Rip, a member of the Chinese Royal Guard who's on a mission inside this unknown growth to stop these undead, monstrous enemies which are emerging and corrupting all of the Chinese citizens. Now, unfortunately, in the initial assault, we've lost many of our own men to this corruption and we need to cut through them. This is an excellent introduction to the game controls and also the central character of Kim Rip, who is no slouch with a sword. Unfortunately, our enemies have some very powerful abilities too. Can you climb up? Sure. I'll take this path and join with you shortly. You'd better hurry and not waste time. Time isn't on our side. I'll keep that in mind. Now, the game's controls are very slick if you're using a controller, and I do highly recommend that if you are playing this on PC, then get yourself a USB controller. What am I feeling in my body? Am I also being affected by this place's energy? I must finish the mission here quickly before I turn into a devil myself. Now, as I was saying, yes, you can use the default keyboard and mouse controls, but it is definitely far more responsive to use a controller, and I highly recommend it. I'm using my trusty PlayStation controller, which works very well with most of the Soulslikes I play on PC. And the controls, very responsive on this. It's a bit of a mixed bag when you're playing Soulslike on the PC. I tend to prefer them on the console, but this plays very well. How is the situation looking? This isn't good. As time passes, more and more are showing up. At this rate, we won't be able to hold on for much longer. We must find the central core as fast as possible. Right, we're almost there. Once the forces are reassembled, we depart immediately. Damn it, there's no end to this. Now here we learn to parry. Now, with the block in the game, you can block most attacks except for some of the bigger enemies in the game, and there are some cues that will tell you what you can and can't block. Much like the Souls games, a rule of thumb is to not try and block any of the bigger, burlier enemies in the game, and to take out smaller enemies using a parry. Now here we can parry this attack, and we can riposte. A very powerful ability if you can get it down pat, and I will admit I haven't fully learnt how to master the parry yet. Something I'm working on. What are you doing? Our allies were there. Get rid of that worthless pity. What did you say? Their fate was already chosen. What help could they even offer? They can't even handle anything on their own. How about you? Are you okay? Sure. No, I'm asking how your state is. I'm fine. Okay, that's good to hear. In any case, it seems like we've arrived at this central core. Yeah, I trust you as far as I can throw you. Any man that's willing to stab his battle brother in the back, we're only one step away from that ourselves. I've guessed we've arrived. Is this a central core? The Emperor and the scholars of Jin Fion unanimously agreed that the central core was the cause of this mess. My apologies to the developer, my Chinese pronunciation is atrocious. But who knows, perhaps we might be ignorant and might be destroying God's gift ourselves. Not that again. Then it's obvious that it has to be eliminated. Unfortunately, we've fallen victim to the dark energy of this central core ourselves before we were able to eliminate it. As you can see, we were betrayed and cast out. And our mysterious benefactor has brought us back from the dead. Huh. What was that? A hallucination? Where am I? Why am I in a place like this? Now, we're obviously still in China, but we have either moved time or dimensions as we are now in modern-day China. Now, the first thing you probably noticed already is a visual bug. There is supposed to be a lightning storm, and as you can see, that flashing is supposed to be the lightning. It does not look very nice, as you can see. Not a big deal, but if someone was epileptic, for example, they may find that to be a little bit unpleasant. As far as bugs go, that's the only one I've found so far, and trust me, I have played this game fairly extensively. Ah, the headache again. Damn it. Where am I now? It seems like a nightmare. Well, the nightmare has only begun, my friend. Aren't you a persistent one? Kim Rip, I swear I killed you. So how are you still alive and moving? What are you talking about? This is annoying. I'll just have to kill you again. Yeah, unfortunately, this guy doesn't play very fair. Even dodging that, you can see I actually dodged that. I'm going to give you a headache, that's for sure. I may not be able to kill you, but I'm not going to make it easy for you, that's for sure. Ah, you missed me. He can parry me too. Yeah. I can dance all day. I can dance all day. Ugh. Now you can see how many hits I got in on that guy, Lin Chung, and I took probably a tenth of his health bar. Unfortunately, this is one of those situations where we're in a battle we can't win. Am I alive? What's happening? Ah, you're finally awake. Just stay calm. How? Are you talking to me right now? Before I answer, I think it'd be wise if we move to a safer location. This place isn't really good to chit-chat. So we're now in modern-day China, and we can find these various memory engrams as we go. Oh, no, we don't have any yet. As we go, we'll find memory engrams, and they will grant us a number of abilities and also unveil some of the lore of the game. And much like Dark Souls, the game its storytelling is a little bit obtuse. So if you want to know the lore of the game, you are going to have to do yourself a bit of reading, but that's par for the course for these sorts of games, and not something I mind doing. So I guess I thought we may have access to... Ah, here we go. This is what I was looking for. Dong Bake. So this guy is... this is our retainer, Dong Bake. From what I've found so far, he appears to be a doctor of some renown who is he's researching the Devil's Essentia, which is a side effect of this sickness, which is basically a way for us to advance our medical knowledge. It's, the dark energy is an incredibly destructive force, but it also has some beneficial uses, and we'll soon find that not everybody has a view on destroying the corruption. In this case, we can see Dong Bake has actually found a way to purify the dark energy to create these purity pellets, which are essentially this game's version of an Estus flask, allowing us to heal ourselves. Very useful. Unfortunately, we can only carry 3 at a time initially. Excuse me, who are you? You're not a devil, are you, right? We have to get out of here, quick. This place is crawling with the corrupted. This sound. Ah! So these guys, the early game enemies are pretty easy to take down as long as you understand how to use your light and heavy attacks. You also need to make sure that you manage your stamina. You can see that I've got 4 bars at the bottom of the screen, well, 3.5. If you use up all of your stamina, you're pretty much helpless, so you want to be careful. Now, that being said, there are some super powerful attacks that can kill enemies instantly but use all your stamina, so it's a bit of a balancing act. That was a close one. That was amazing. You took down all those corrupted by yourself. Let me say it again. Who are you? I'm Gyuso of the Black Crows. What were you doing here? I was looking for something called Devil's Essentia with my colleagues. Just then, some corrupted ambushed us and we were separated. I couldn't go any further, so I was just hiding here. Devil's Essentia? How did you know about that? I don't know the details, I only heard about it from my leader. Is this leader you talk about, is he here too? Oh yes, he is probably at the unfinished underground railway in the city. I'll have to meet this so-called leader. No way. To get there, you'll have to go deep underground in the ruined city. Is that a problem? Do you know this place is the ruined city, right? No one knows what kind of devils are wandering about in this place. If you're going, you can go alone. I'm going to get out of this hell as soon as possible. Well, while he is a bit of a coward, he has left us behind a very useful relic, which is a warm pebble. And these are going to be very, very useful in allowing us to create campfires, which are, well, if you play Dark Souls, you know the exact use for a campfire. Had this kid come to have something like this, you know something about this? Yes, it will definitely come in handy for you. When you find a place to rest, I'll explain it to you. So if we head on, we'll be able to find a campfire where we can level up our character and also have a bit of a look at the different upgrades we can purchase. We can't get those yet. Ah, this is it. I'll have to find something to start a fire. No need for that. All you need to do is take that stone you've got from the fool near this hearth. Are you surprised? You won't have to worry about being spotted by the devils here. You probably have a lot of questions, so let's calmly discuss them. So here we can rest, regain our strength. What is this thing? I don't know why this artifact is here, but it's a good thing. Now with this, you can fully preserve your sanctuary and your memories. Don't look so troubled. I'll explain everything in time, just be patient. This artifact will help you find a sanctuary. This place is known as a sanctuary. It was created inside a special time-space. That's why ordinary people or devils cannot see it. In other words, it's a place where you can rest free from various threats. There are more sanctuaries spread around than you would think. The artifact will show a reaction when you're near one. So what I'm going to do is level up, and then I'm going to go to the tech tree, and then I can purchase my first upgrade. Now we have a number of different areas of the tree. Acrobatics is of course movement, toughness is our ability to block and parry, agility is all about your dodging, which is something that I tend to buff fairly early. Swordsmanship is your combos and direct damage attacks. And in this case, I am going to go for a skill that's going to give us a big edge in the first boss battle, which is Vortex. Now, while this is a high-risk move, because it does completely deplete our stamina, it is utterly devastating if we can pull it off against a boss, or against any of the bigger enemies in the game. If not for those selfish bastards, I could have made it out alive. That selfish act of turning off the elevator to save themselves, that's what killed me. It seems like someone forcibly stopped the elevator and was attacked by a devil. Whoops. Was not fast enough then. So you can interrupt enemy attacks. This isn't going to be easy to try and get inside the building. Be careful. The presence of such a large growth indicates that considerable energy is gathered in this area. So what this basically means is these growths can be destroyed. The little ones we can extract the crystals from, and the big ones we can destroy to find shortcuts through the level. Now we're getting a fair amount of memory engrams, which we're going to... It's basically this game's version of Souls or Blood Echoes, and we'll use these to level up our character. We can also find memory shards, which are pieces of the lore in the game. And I do recommend reading these because the game does have a very interesting story. It is somewhat obtuse, but again, you know, we got some purity pellets. Nice. Oh, I thought it was an additional purity pellet. No, it's only a refill. It's a shame. Now we're getting some of these engram crystals, and later on we'll have the ability to upgrade both the amount of purity pellets we can carry and also their potency. So what I can do is just drop down here. Oh, damn, I missed it. That was silly. I want to actually go down and grab that upgrade. It's okay. The game does, of course, have this hub system, so you will unlock shortcuts as you go. And I mean, the game's difficulty, it's actually quite forgiving, but it's kind of hard because now I've played so many of these games, I was a little bit self-conscious of my ability in Dark Souls, and while I wouldn't certainly call myself a master, as I've seen many players who are far more talented than me, I'm somewhat of an intermediate player now, so. Now, the difficulty of this game certainly is a bit more forgiving than other Souls games, and I think that's a large part of the game's appeal for some audiences. This would be a great game to play if you were a new player. As soon as I stepped into the hotel, the lights went out and the doors locked. Then I could hear strange noises coming from nearby. Everyone started to scream, and those things quickly jumped us. And I think that's a really important thing, because I played Dark Souls and I hated it. And I thought it was too hard. And, you know, whatever you want to say about the game, I was definitely wrong. It is a brilliant game. But I needed a game that was a little bit easier to digest to get me into the genre. And for me, that was the excellent game Hellpoint by Tiny Build. But other players may need that. You may not be willing to jump straight into something like Dark Souls or Bloodborne. Sometimes you just need something that's a little bit more forgiving, gives you a bit of a chance to learn the game mechanics. That worked for me. So, and that's the thing about the community. One of the things about the Dark Souls community I found, contrary to what a lot of other internet personalities have said, is incredibly welcoming and engaging community. I've found, you know, nothing but love from other players, and that's why I think this game's been so well received. A lot of players really enjoyed it because it's an excellent starting point. You know, if you're wanting to pick up this game, but you're thinking that I'm not an expert at Dark Souls, I haven't played Bloodborne, I haven't played Elden Ring, I haven't played Elden Ring either, so I should, but I haven't. You know, you don't have to be an expert player to pick this game up. The difficulty is actually, it's pretty forgiving. Okay, we found our first puppy. These puppies, spirit dogs, as I like to call them, will unlock sections of the map and make our life easier. Is that a Hate? What's that? It's a mystical creature that wards off malevolent spirits. Speaking of malevolent spirits, let's get this upgrade. Now, if I keep killing these guys, I may actually be able to get myself an upgrade before we hit the first boss. Very nice. So now we've managed to unlock a shortcut. This place may look familiar to you. I'm actually going to head back because there's a upgrade just past the campfire that I want to get my hands on now that oh no, I can't get to it yet. That's okay. Let's since we ran back here, let's maybe level up, and I will also see if I can refine my purity pellets. No, I can't yet. So as we find the green fruits and the red fruits, they will allow us to upgrade both the number of times we can use the pellets and also the amount of health that they restore. For now, let's level up. Excellent. We've actually nearly got enough for 2 level ups, but let's go to the tech tree. And I'm just going to see if I can go to... I want to try and find a evasion skill. Because the first boss in the game is not too hard, but there is a really nice charging slash. There we go. Ah, here we go. This is one I'm after. So this will allow me to stagger a target. I don't think I've got the skill points yet. No, I don't. That's okay. We'll continue on. I was going to try and get a staggering ability that will allow me to stun the boss. Ah. There we go, that did the trick. The enemies do respawn, and you can run past them, you don't have to fight them. And if you are somewhat familiar with these games, you're not going to do a hell of a lot of grinding. I made the right decision if I hadn't turned off the generator. If not, everyone would have died. Well, unfortunately, everyone is dead. So we're going to turn it back on. Oh, damn you. He's a tough boss because the dodge, his actual swing is so wide that I can't... It's actually larger than the amount of distance I can dodge out of the way. We've got ourselves an upgraded sword, the Chonggang, and this is a fantastic weapon with a little bit more range. So we're going to sacrifice a bit of speed for an upgrade in damage and range, but I'm happy with that. I usually go for a strength build and for two-handed weapons when I'm playing, so I don't mind using a heavy weapon. Let's continue on. Keep all of these upgrades, these engrams, if I can find myself in the campfire. The elevator, I think we have to go here. One of these elevators. Now that the generator's running, nice try, buddy. Already fought your bigger cousin, I know how to take you out. Now somewhere on this floor, look at the map, we need to go down here. I actually took the wrong elevator. The game's level design is very good too. The map is very helpful, and I didn't find myself getting lost too often. The game's difficulty is a bit more forgiving, so you won't find yourself having to do massive amounts of grinding. Here we go, it's this one I needed. Now with this sword, it's actually got a bit of an upgrade in range. and we can use our special attacks a bit easier. Now, of course, any of these big swinging attacks carry the risk of running out of energy, out of stamina. Oh, I missed that upgrade there. That's okay. We'll have a chance to get to that soon. The path is blocked ahead. What's this sound? It sounds like something big under the ground is making the sound. Let's look for a way to get past this first. Whoop. Come on. Now you can actually knock enemies down, and knocking them off platforms is sometimes an excellent way to win a fight. Staggering them and parrying. I'm not going to get to him. Oh, okay. I thought he was going to shoot me for sure. Take those. Now you can block enemy shots. It won't completely negate damage, but like in Dark Souls, it will greatly reduce the amount of damage you take. Of course, some of the bigger enemies in the game, like this big boy here, you can't block them. They're just too big. So you will need to use a little bit of strategy like this. Staggering them, knocking them in the air and so forth. Try and see if we can... Ah, there we go. This is what I missed before. I'll take that. Now, unfortunately, going near any campfire will cause all of the enemies to respawn sometimes, even though you haven't actually visited it. It's another minor bug with the game. Not a big deal, because in most cases you want to be doing that anyway to get yourself a little bit more experience, but generally enemies shouldn't respawn unless you actually choose to visit the campfire. More memory shards. Now here we've got the first boss of the game, and he's definitely no pushover. Now I've had a bit of practice on fighting him though. I think we should fare a little bit better. Oh, I'm exhausted. That's not good. Oh, damn it! I was exhausted. Not following my own advice. Damn, this guy's tough. Oh, look at that! First try. That was a high-risk move then. I could see his health was nearly down, and I completely expended my stamina to take him out. Got him first try though, not too bad if I do say so myself. We've got ourselves the Wanderer, an energy firearm, going to be very, very useful. Now, you're not going to get any Bloodborne style parries here. The energy firearm is a way to remove obstacles and sometimes to kill some of the more stubborn airborne enemies. Now that we've taken that boss out, look at that. There's some major level ups. They're very nice. It means I died. Not exactly. I have no idea what you're talking about. Experiencing it firsthand will certainly be more efficient. When the time comes, I'll explain the situation in detail. Experience it firsthand? Are you talking about death? Yes. Now, I can't refine my purity pellets, and I can't refine my weapon because I don't have any meteorites. I have leveled up, so let's see if I can upgrade my skills. Maybe I can't. Let's have a look. I can parry. Concentrates all power in the sword. Oh, okay. It's like a parry counter attack. I'm not good enough with the parry yet. I think I'm gonna stick to agility. Yeah, I think I'll go with the charging strike, because you can stagger targets. So apparently, if I dash towards them, oh, there we go. That's how you do it. So it's a dashing attack. I mean, I am a very evasive player, so it's probably something that suits my play style. So let's, whoop, excellent aim from my part. That's better. As you can see, you only get a few shots for the rifle, so you definitely don't want to be relying on it as a direct damage weapon, but it is really handy. There are some really nasty flying enemies that we're going to be coming up against that have some abilities that can absolutely shred us. You can refill your weapons once you hit a campfire too, so it's not like you have to collect the ammo. Now, you may not have noticed that there's a new enemy in the game, these butterfly enemies, and when you find them, they can cause enemies to get an energy shield. But I prevented that by killing them. If you kill the butterflies before they make contact with an enemy, they prevent them from being able to create a shield. Not too bad, not too bad. We're doing quite well. Just want to check out what's here on the right hand side. Nothing here. Another roadblock we have to get past. There we go. Damn energy butterflies. Again, these heavy attacks, high risk, high reward. You can see how I was able to use it to kill the boss very quickly, but it left me completely helpless for a few seconds. It's also excellent for breaking through those energy shields. Very nice. So the next area we're going to get into is the ruins, which is one of the real first challenging area in the game. The military is defeated and they swarmed into the city. The royal court mercilessly bombed this place to kill those devils. It was mostly civilians living here. How can a royal court bomb their own citizens? So that tells us a bit of information that is useful. We may not have moved time zones, because the Chinese royal court is still in power, or at least they were right up until the events that caused the city to be destroyed. So we may not actually have moved forward in time. Obviously, it's an alternate reality version of China with energy weapons and some science fiction in the game, but yeah, I haven't gotten far enough into the game to understand the full story. But I mean, that's part of the charm of these games. You can just play the game as an action RPG, or you can dig into it. A mental manifestation of a devil. It's a type of anomaly that can be found in areas where the energies of devils are overflowing. This is tricky. If we can't eliminate it, we won't be able to go any further. I'll try slashing it. If it was that easy, would I be this concerned? I think we should look around a bit. I wish there was something enchanted with spiritual energy. Okay, I really want to check out what's up there. This is where our energy weapon comes in handy. And here's a secret. So you want to keep an eye out for these shortcuts, because upgrades in the game very, very rare and hard to find, and some of them can give you a massive leg up in combat. Especially the weapon related ones, you can upgrade the damage on your swords to a huge degree. This looks like a weapon upgrade potentially. Oh no, more memories. That's okay. We've got nearly 2,000 memory echoes, so we're going to be able to get several upgrades. I think we've already been... Have we been here? I think we have. Okay, let's continue to the right. What we're looking for is a item with spiritual energy that will let us destroy that growth, which will be a bit of a challenge. No, I think I did need to go up there. That's okay. Let's continue to the right for now. Okay, yeah, we can't get down there. So going to do a bit of a trick shot here. Get the angle just right. Perfect. So there is a bit of puzzle solving in this game, in addition to the combat. Very light, but... Ooh. Overextended myself then. Here we go. We now have the Ritual Bell, a Buddhist relic that contains the power to destroy evil. So this is a artifact that will allow us to build up a charge and release it in the form of a powerful attack. And anyone who's played game like Sekiro will know immediately what I'm referring to. It's kind of like a poise meter, where you will increase your poise by either attacking enemies or successfully parrying them. You can see the yellow bar filling up as I attack, and when I fill it up, boom. Destroyed. So now we can head to the campfire and get ourselves another level up, or two. We'll see how we go. Level 6 and level 7. Very nice. So let's have a look and see if I can level up once again. Here we can get a direct upgrade. I would like to upgrade... Oh, my action points. Can I do that? Not yet. Action points +1. Okay, these are direct upgrades that are far more expensive. That's okay. We can't do that yet. Okay, well, I'm going to leave it here because the next section of the game is quite lengthy. It's going to take us a lot more time than an hour to get through it. And I think that would be a great candidate for a part 2. But I have thoroughly enjoyed this game, and I hope that you have as well. So if you are interested in a part 2, leave me a message, leave me a like, leave me a subscribe and a comment, and we'll come back and give this game a revisit, because as you know, I have become a great fan of these types of games. So Big thank you to the developer. I expect great things from this game and I look forward to their future work, and hopefully you'll join me next time when we check out another indie game. Until then, Skill Incarnate, out.